What's up? Happy Friday, TGIF. I hope you are having a great week as you watch this video to hopefully close your week, maybe start your weekend. I have a friend out of Chicago who he's an incredible athlete. He's been competitive in grid league. He's a competitive CrossFitter. He's done Olympic weightlifting, and he's going through something that we all know very well, that motivational rut, that time that, man, you'd rather go to happy hour, you'd rather do just about anything than go to the gym. And you're just not motivated to get up and go work out just like you once were. And so he was asking my advice on what I thought or what suggestions I had to help him get out of that rut. Instead of just sending him a text message, I decided to shoot this quick video because I know firsthand what that feeling's like, and I'm betting you might too. It may not have to do with the gym, maybe it's on your side hustle, maybe it's at your job. You're just stuck in a rut. You're lacking some motivation. And so in those instances where you just need, man, a push, you need a kick, you need some kind of spark, how do you find it? How do you get that spark? How do you get back going? And so I want to share with you quickly my 4 tips on what you can do when you're stuck in a rut, when you're lacking motivation, and when you need to just get back in the gym, build those habits again, and get going. The first thing I want to just challenge you and challenge my friend with is this idea of reframing your focus. You know, when you're a competitive athlete, you're so focused on the competition, on the event at hand, that training program, because you're preparing for that game day. And then when you stop that, you don't really have that game day, and so your intensity is not the same, your focus is not the same. You don't have something you're actually training to do. You're simply just going to the gym. You're clocking in, you're lifting a little bit of weights, you're going for a run, you're clocking out. And you'll start to notice your effort drops. Your motivation starts to disappear. It's, you know, you want to go, but it's not as big of a deal if you don't make it. And so for a lot of us, we have to reframe our perspective. We have to set new goals and set a new target for us to have. I know firsthand back in the early 2011, 12, 13, I was incredibly competitive in CrossFit. I loved going to the gym. I loved training. I was training to be on our regionals team, which we did in 2013. And then 2014, I got hurt, and I didn't really want to do regionals anymore. I was more focused on building a business, and so I lost a little bit of that motivation. There wasn't the same urge because when I went into the gym, I didn't have a specific goal other than getting better. I wasn't focused on training for an event. And, you know, one of the things that I did this year that's been incredibly helpful for me is I signed up for 3 half marathons. And in total, within the next year, I'll have run 5. Now, I hate running. I'm not very good at running. I don't like to run. I consider my ADHD one of the reasons I just chase squirrels is kind of the best way to put it, so that I get bored when I just go for a straight run. But I knew that I would never get out and start running and get my fitness and my foot healing from an Achilles injury back to where it was or closer to where it was unless I started running consistently and training my body to run again. And I talked about it, and I'd go out and go for a jog, maybe here or there, but I wasn't training consistently until I forced myself to sign up for some races. And so I ran a 5K a couple weeks ago. I have a half marathon in November, in December, and then a few in the spring. And so I know I can't show up on race day now having not trained. And so instead of having a fitness goal or working out or lifting or competing in CrossFit or some kind of fitness sport, I signed up for a race. I did something that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I mixed it up, but I did something and signed up something that would commit me to running. And so for you, what I would challenge you to do is reframe that focus to set a new goal. If you're struggling, if you're like him and you've dealt with some injuries, and so weightlifting or perhaps a competitive fitness sport isn't it, perhaps it's a race, perhaps it's a triathlon, perhaps it's a new kind of activity that you want to sign up for, which commits you to it. Because once you're committed to it, you're going to want to start training to get back in the groove to prepare for that moment. It's one thing why triathlons and races are so addictive for a lot of people. They love the training, but then they're training for race day. And when they get to race day, they see how well they've done and they want to do better next time. So they train a little bit harder. So reframe your focus. You know, have some fun with it. Get outside of your comfort zone. Try something new. That's the second thing I want to challenge you with. Try something new. If you're a weightlifter, go check out an Orange Theory class or go to Camp Gladiator or Go for a run, sign up for a race. If you're a runner and all you do is run, challenge you to walk into a CrossFit gym or go to a fitness studio or try something with weights that's outside of your comfort zone. Mixing those workouts up can help you because it can start to take you back to why you enjoy doing it in the first place. It's that rush of endorphins, that feeling of enjoying what we do. And so get out of that comfort zone, try something new. There's so many gyms and studios that offer free weeks or free classes that you could essentially take an entire month and just bounce around between Soul Cycles and spin classes and Orange Theory and a CrossFit drop-in and multiple types of workouts to figure out what you want to do now, what style you may like the most now. And you may find that, man, you really miss what you used to do. But you've spent a month trying some things new, so when you go back to what you originally did, you've got a renewed sense of energy, a renewed sense of motivation. The next thing, and probably 3 and 4 go together, in that you've got to find accountability, and you probably should find a workout partner. And I say that because all great goals, everything we want to do in life requires deadlines and accountability. We've got to be focused on those goals, but unless we have people holding us accountable, unless we have a set deadline for when we're going to accomplish it, it usually tends to be one of those one-day things that we actually never see. And so challenge yourself to find some accountability, find a workout partner. It could be a physical, in-person workout partner that's going to go to the gym with you every day. They're going to be the person that's saying, hey, nope, no happy hour yet. We're going to go to the gym first. We'll grab a beer afterwards. They're going to be the person texting you in the morning, making sure you're up, going to the gym to meet them there. You guys are committing to working out together, and so that's going to help. But if you don't have that person, if you don't have someone in person with you that you can go work out with, man, get a virtual team. Get on a text thread with 2 to 3 other buddies, perhaps in other cities and other states. Get on a social media thread with some other people. You can have a group Instagram DM where you're all talking to each other, but hold each other accountable in that regard. And so everybody's accountable to check in daily that they got their workout in, what they're going to do, that they actually accomplished it. And if somebody in that group is not holding up to the standard, if they're not meeting that expectation, let them know, hold them accountable, encourage them to get back after it. When we've got those other people in our lives, it's much easier for us to hold ourselves to that higher standard, because not only do we not want to let them down, but now we don't want to let ourselves down because other people are expecting us not to let ourselves down. So it raises the standards that we have. So hopefully you find some encouragement with that. Man, I know what it's like going through having that rut and just kind of being stuck without motivation and wanting to get back in that groove. So I'm going to challenge you to reframe your focus, set some new goals, find something new you can work for. And maybe that's challenging yourself just to sign up for a Spartan race or a Tough Mudder or a half marathon. Do something that's going to commit you to that training to get back in that groove until you feel that motivation. Try something new. Go to some different classes like spin or Orange Theory. Get outside of what you've known and what you've done to see if the fresh change of environment, the change of pace helps renew some of that spark. And then finally, get some accountability or get a workout partner. One of those 2 things, 3 and 4, are huge in helping you stay accountable, getting back in that groove. You're not going to be motivated the first couple of times you step back in the gym, but cool part about motivation is motivation actually doesn't come first. It comes second. The action, taking action, always comes before motivation. So by you taking action, you getting out there, you're going to start to feel that motivation again to build on and keep building. And then you take more action, you feel more motivation. So, man, I'm excited for you. I know you're going to rebound out of this. I know this is something we all go through. If you're watching this video and this has just kind of hit home with you, you're struggling in a rut, I'm going to challenge you to do the same 4 things. And if you have another idea of how you get out of a motivational rut, how do you get out of a rut to get back into your training or your hustle or your work, comment below in the video. Let me know another reason. We're always looking for more reasons and ways people can find that motivation, and I want to hear something that's worked for you.